Hello, my name is William James. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek. How are all of you? Before we get going, all of my links are in the doobly-doo, in the information, and if there's anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to comment and follow me on other platforms. There are also some links if you guys want some money off stuff. Disney. Disney is a company I love and hate in many ways. So before we get started, I want to line out a few things that I do feel like I put this disclaimer. I have no issues with representation and diversity. I'm just making commentary on a company and the problems that they seem to be having. So we start with the Disney remakes, the live action films, the issues that seem to bog them down. Because one of the things that I've noticed with the Disney live action remakes is they don't exist to be a remake or a new interpretation. They exist to replace the original. And the problem is they're not nearly as good. I mean, the live action Lion King was god awful. I mean, that was the most pointless thing in existence. They really neutered the film. The live action Aladdin felt like a TV movie. I mean, where did all the budget go? They're movies by numbers. Emma Watson singing. Okay, admittedly, Maleficent is stunning. Maleficent is a great movie. What is going on? Why are Disney doing this? And it is to replace them. It's to replace them with the woke version. That's how it feels. I don't know if it's necessarily true. My opinion. They just want to make a version that ticks all the boxes and moves on. And I feel like it's lazy. They're not brave enough to do new material. They don't have much artistic integrity going on, and they're just recycling their back catalogue like the Disney Vault. It just gives them an excuse. Their acquisition of the competition, the fact that they own Fox and Marvel and LucasArts, Star Wars, and many others, is also an issue that I have, because they're kind of ruining things. And when Disney's, I don't know if this is 100% real, but there was a leaked form and a mandate put out. Again, I'm taking this with a pinch of salt. Their plans for the MCU is no white male leads, must be female or POC. So what will happen is they'll change the comics, because that's Marvel. And I have so many issues with Marvel right now, it's just ridiculous, that it's going to be messy, it's going to be alienating, and then everyone else is going to get the blame when it flops. Yeah. Rather than looking at the issues, companies do this. Well, it's we've done all the right things, it's obviously the cis white men that don't care about it, or everybody is an ist, you know. It's just ridiculous. I feel like with Disney, they're just gimping their own things. I mean, look at what they did with Star Wars. I will be really blunt here. I liked The Force Awakens. I thought that was a really good intro to a new trilogy. And I liked Rogue One, and I liked the Solo movie. Everything else was a mess, and it felt like, okay, we're running out of ideas, we're going to write this by committee rather than write it by writers and not know where the story was going. So instead of it was written by a board of producers who were ticking boxes at what they wanted and how it should be. The problem is you got an uneven, unfocused films that required you to read like 5 graphic novels and another 5 normal novels just to understand the plot and fill in the massively glaring plot holes and plot points that didn't go anywhere. And they really did do an underservice to a lot of these characters, I think. They could have been good. I also think bringing back the original cast and setting it so close to the original was a mistake. I know, controversial, but... And I mean, George Lucas has artist's ego. I will say that. I have an artist's ego. Like, they weren't necessarily bad movies, but they were so all over the place and so rushed. And Disney's tend to do this now, like the Marvel properties and the Star Wars and all of that. They're making films for 13-year-olds with ADHD or remaking their own properties to sell for points, for brownie points. I think it's complicated, but I do feel like Disney just want to replace it, and they're so concerned with politics and so concerned with ticking boxes and appeasing the purple-haired people on Twitter that they're not actually thinking of their fans. And I'm a Disney geek. I love Disney films, but don't screw up originals. I'm dreading the remake of The Little Mermaid because I just know what it's going to... And also the acquisition of Disney Plus, their decision to move away from the cinema and put everything onto Disney Plus. The fact that they are censoring their own materials. For example, Splash was censored, Lilo and Stitch was censored, many others have been censored or altered in some way. I mean, CGI hair, I mean, it's a bottom. We all have one. Disney are a company that I feel like has too much power. It owns too many properties. It owns too much stuff. And I think on sort of a better business thing, I'm amazed they've actually got away with acquisitioning of these companies. I refuse to give Disney any of my money now because of everything that's going on. I point blank refuse. You know, we talk with our money. It's sad what's happening, and it's sad that this is happening to such a great company. Disney exists within a certain point and a certain place, and I do feel like Disney need a reality check. And instead of being run by proxy to appease the Twitter mob, why not create things? The Star Wars sequels could have been great movies if they'd carried on the way I think it was meant to and what was laid in The Force Awakens, rather than the mess they made. They don't have faith in their new properties, and the fact that they want to destroy the cinemas. Films lose prestige. The minute you take it out of the cinema, it basically is a direct-to-video movie. I know that sounds bad, but you lose prestige. The cinema is to hype up the video release or the DVD release. I'm being old now. It's to hype up home release, and the fact that they're not doing that, and the fact that they're putting things behind paywalls. I mean, Mulan was ghastly, trying so hard to be a sweeping war epic that you ended up with this barely resembling the original. We needed Mushu. I'm sorry, we needed a talking dragon. It was just pacing, writing, tick boxes. I think creativeness and Disney have gone, and I think it worries me where they're going. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Disney getting woke is not necessarily a good thing. I don't think it's been a good thing overall. I don't think they're acquisitions, but this is my opinion. So tell me what you think, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye.